Hey guys, welcome to my channel, and if you're new here, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Let me tell you about this girl, maybe I shouldn't. I met her in Philly, and her name was Brown Sugar. See, we been making love constantly, that's why my eyes are a shade blood burgundy.
So today we're going to be doing a makeup Q&A type of vibe. I've tried to record this video probably like 3 times, so we just gonna jump right into it. So the first question that I got was, how do I balance work, life, school, being an entrepreneur, and working out? And honestly, I don't even know. How I do it. I just do it. I try to stay as organized as possible. That way that it's easier for me to like not forget anything, not to feel overwhelmed. But in the end, I think I always feel overwhelmed because I always have something to do. That's why I've always said that, like, I'm ready to graduate, because I feel like it's either easier to do school full-time or easier to work full-time. Trying to do both is overwhelming. Like, I wouldn't wish it on nobody. I wish I had a choice, but I don't. So we're just gonna keep it going. Yeah. I wish I had a choice, but I don't, and it's okay because I've been managing pretty well. So I'm grateful just to be here. So it is what it is, but it is hard. And I would say, if you don't have to go to school while working, don't have to work while going to school, then don't do it. Because you want to focus, you want to be able to focus. School is a full-time job. Like, that's why it's called full-time. You're enrolled full-time because it's like a full-time job. And honestly, it probably requires more work than 40 hours a week, because you got to go to class, you got to study, you do homework every single day, even on the weekend, because you got stuff due on Monday, you got tests coming up, you got quizzes. Like, it's so many different reasons why it's called full-time enrollment. But yeah, it's hard. And I would say, if you don't have to do it, I wouldn't do it. But when it comes to like working out and like wanting to be an entrepreneur and stuff like that, I feel like that I have to put myself first. So I cannot make time for myself and make time for everything else. So I just like try to find time to do things that make me happy and bring me peace and happiness and all those other things. Because at the end, if I'm overworked and overwhelmed and I don't find time to make time for myself, it can cause depression, anxiety, all type of stuff. So I just try to make time for it. The next question was, what do I plan to do after I graduate? So if you don't know, I graduate this May. So in almost a month. That's crazy. 4 years went by so fast. In almost a month, I'll be graduating with my bachelor's in biology, bachelor's of science in biology. And all I can say is, since I was in middle school, I always knew that I wanted to do like anesthesia. At first, I wanted to do medical school, but like after COVID and just growing up, because like I feel like at 17, well, not even 17, 18, because like I said, I knew I wanted to do it when I was younger, but I can say I didn't know there was different avenues in which that I can pursue anesthesia. But I also feel like having to make the decision to decide your career and what you want to do for the rest of your life at the age of 17 or before you go to college is really overwhelming because you don't really know who you are at that moment. So as I've been going through college and I've been getting older and experiencing different things, I've started to have like an idea and try to figure out what I want to do and what I can imagine my lifestyle being when I get older. And I came to the realization that being a doctor, going to school for 4 more years, being on call and having a real not so life work balance type of schedule. We love people speaking down the street, but not having that balanced work life balance, it wasn't appealing to me. And I'm like, I'm gonna go through all that schooling, all that debt, just to get the job and like not be happy, not be fulfilled, when I can choose a different route to become an anesthesia provider and be able to have that life work balance. So that's what I decided to do, because it just works best for me. So I will keep y'all updated with which route I choose after I graduate, because either way I'm going to be starting that program, whatever program, either August or January. So, but I think I know which one I want to do. I just want to make sure everything is confirmed first before I share with you all, but just know that I will be an anesthesia provider. And just a little more information about what anesthesia providers do. So you have anesthesiologists, you have certified nurse anesthetist, and then you have certified anesthesiologist assistant. So basically what they do is they provide, depending on the setting or location in which you're getting anesthesia. So like if you're in a doctor's office, you might, I mean not doctor's office, if you're in like a dental office, you might be getting laughing gas or be put to sleep or whatever. But I know when they do dentist type of operations, they use a different type of gas. I think it's Versed they use. Okay, yeah, I probably don't care about all of this, but either way, you have anesthesia providers in the doctor's office, dentist office, in the hospital. When you do labor and delivery, you give birth, that's the person that does the epidural. When you get in surgery, that's the person that puts you to sleep. So basically pain management and making sure that you wake up after your procedure. That's the job of an anesthesia provider. So that's basically what I want to do, because I've never been interested in like doing surgery. And I feel like anesthesia is a pretty interesting job. And it's just as important as the surgeon, because you got to make sure you wake the patient back up. And then like there's different settings you can work in. Like you can work in a trauma hospital, you can work in a mid-level hospital. It's just many different avenues when it comes to healthcare, and I just didn't want to feel like I was stuck in one place by going to med school, not being able to change if I wanted to. So the way that I'm going is going to give me room to move around and just not feel trapped or stuck. It's going to always give me an option to find a place in which I'm happy, which I feel like I'm going to be happy in anesthesia. Right now, I currently work as a anesthesia tech. It actually isn't a job that I knew about until last year, and I think it's a good job for somebody to have that's interested in going to the healthcare field, but like most importantly like anesthesia, because you get to learn firsthand the products that they use, the machines that they use. And then a lot of times, like the last 2 places I've worked, I've had very good I guess they're my coworkers, but anesthesia providers that are interested in, you know, keeping me informed on what's going on in the OR. So they'll like ask me questions about what this product is or supply is and what is it used for. And I feel like me getting this experience is going to help me when I get into the anesthesia program, because I have like an upper hand somewhat on the learning. And yeah, I appreciate that. So I recommend that if you're going into the healthcare field or whatever you're doing, like healthcare, tech, HR, like anything you're doing, I would say like while you're in college, try to get experience in that field, like whichever way you can. Like even if it's being an assistant for somebody, like get that experience because it'll help you in the long run. So yeah, that's what I've been doing while I was at school. Work-life balance, what I plan to do after school, after graduation. Um, Another question that I got was, what are my favorite stores to shop at? And honestly, I don't have a favorite, but I do have a spending problem. And I'm not afraid to admit that. I'm not afraid to admit that at all. And yeah, I'm not a makeup artist. I taught myself how to do my makeup. I've been practicing doing my makeup since I was in middle school. I don't even know if it was middle school. It was probably high school. And I remember I went on this college tour, and at the bookstore they had like a elf brow kit, and I was so interested in it. I got it. I was doing the brows on my friends, and from there I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna learn how to do my makeup because I don't want to get older and not know what I'm doing. So as of right now, the only thing I really don't know how to do is like obviously I'm not a professional and I'm not perfect, but I can get some things done. But I don't really do eyeshadow for real. But anyways, that's after school. That's work-life balance. My favorite stores, obviously Sephora. And it's a big debate over like Sephora and Ulta. And I guess I could agree with the fact that Sephora is better because they have a wider variety. Like I go to Ulta every blue moon, and mostly it's for like probably a brow pencil or like my body scrubs. I go to Sephora for a lot more things than I do Ulta. So perfume, skincare, makeup, hair stuff sometimes, just depends, but that's where I go most often. And I utilize their point system versus Ulta. I don't really. So Sephora, I love grocery shopping, and I would have to say that my favorite grocery store is either Aldi or Trader Joe's. And it's so funny. It's so funny that I said Aldi because when I was younger, I hated when my mom shopped at Aldi's because I'm like, can you go get the name brand food? And she didn't always buy like the Aldi's brand food, but like I knew when she bought something and it came from Aldi, and it kind of rubbed me the wrong way because I'm like, why can't you just go to the regular grocery store? But as you get older and you start grocery shopping on your own, you realize that, oh, it makes sense. And then Amazon, obviously. I don't buy clothes that often. Like I really only buy clothes like if I have somewhere to go or something to do. So Shein, and I know fast fashion, but the thing with fast fashion is Shein will have the same thing that a boutique has in your city, but the boutique is selling it for like quadruple the price, and I'm not paying it. I'm not paying it. So yeah, I'm trying to stray away from fast fashion, but as of right now, with the way the economy is and the way that my income is as far as being in school, like maybe when I get into my field and I'm making a great salary, then I will stray away from fast fashion. But as of right now, fast fashion is where it's at for me. Yeah, what Glorilla say? Shop on Shein. Yep. Yep. And do. But yeah, a lot of things that I do, I'm self-taught. So like my makeup, working out, like when I go to the gym, I teach myself all my moves. Like I watch videos. Like I'm always watching videos, always watching videos, always watching videos. I record myself because I want to see my form. I want to see if I'm doing it right. You know what I'm saying? Because how am I gonna know? Because most exercises, you can't be staring at the mirror. Like, if you're not doing upper body, you can't be staring at the mirror while doing the leg exercise. So I record myself. Makeup, self-taught. Entrepreneurship, the things that I do in entrepreneurship, self-taught. Like, I started doing hair. Oh, that was another question. Like, how did I get into doing hair? So, story time real quick. So, when I was in high school, I booked this girl. I booked her to do some type of locks or whatever. I can't remember what locks they were, but I booked her to do my locks. And I think like a day before or the day of, after I already bought the hair that I needed for her to do it, she told me that she had double booked. And that was the end of the conversation. Like, and this was before deposits was the things. I didn't pay her deposit, but I'm confused. Like, okay, you double booked. Now what's the solution? Because I had something to do coming up. So I'm like, okay, let me try to figure out how to do this. And that's when I started doing locks. The lady with the hair. So I started doing my own hair, and from there I started doing locks. I always dabbed around with like trying to do braids, but personally to me, I'm a slow braider, and I don't like taking up people's time a lot. So I kind of try to stay away from that. But that's how I got into doing hair. And like, even with doing that, like, I watch videos always trying to perfect my craft and learn something new, because I feel like nobody always knows everything. Like, there's always something you can learn. So yeah, that's how I got into doing hair. What made you get into content creation? I feel like I got into content creation because, like, since I was younger, I've always like recorded myself, whether on a laptop or whatever, and I would be talking to people. But I didn't have like a YouTube channel. I would even say like, hey YouTube, like I would be talking to people, but I'm like, girl, you don't have a YouTube, like what are you doing? And then like I always like record everything, like go out of town if I'm doing something. And then I noticed like a lot of things that content creators were doing, I was already doing. I just wasn't creating content. And I'm like, okay, I'm leaving the realm of possibility out here on the table when this could be me. So I started, and I've had so much support from like family and friends, and I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it because creating content isn't easy. The recording, the editing, the planning, like it's not easy, and I really appreciate, you know, having support or whatever. But yeah, that's how I got into content creation. But it is hard, and like I said, always learning. Another question. What does your life look like 5 years from now? So 5 years from now, I plan to be working in my field, my desired field of anesthesia. I plan to have started a family, I guess, in 5 years. I'll be 27. I turned 22 this month, so I'll be 27. So yeah, I better have kids, cause I'm not trying to be, I'm not trying to be an old mom, y'all. I want to be a young kid mom. So yeah, so I plan to be working in my field of choice. I plan to have multiple streams of income and just be living the life that I deserve. You know what I'm saying? Living the life that I deserve. So that's what I see for myself in 5 years. What are some goals that I have? Some goals that I have for 2023. Oh, what are some goals for 2023? So for 2023, I plan to remain consistent with my working out, eating healthy, becoming healthier. So getting more into my vitamins. I kind of started that last year, but I'm not as consistent as I need to be. So I want to get back being consistent with that. Eating better, cooking more, saving more money, being more financially responsible, being more financially educated, being consistent with content creation, staying focused in school, working on my different streams of income. And yeah, I think that's mainly my goals for 2023. They're pretty, I guess they're kind of broad, but not really. But that's my goals. Oh, and getting closer with God. I kind of feel like I I like I don't know. I think I'm at a place right now where I toggle between I guess I don't know. I don't know, y'all. I don't even know how to explain it, but it's hard. Not hard to like believe in God and put God first. It's not hard to do that, but just knowing what's right, what's wrong, what's you know what I'm saying, like what is godly, what things you're doing is godly and things like that. So I'm learning. That's all I can say, and I'm looking forward to what it's going to bring me when I become closer to God. Um, yeah. I changed the format of the video, y'all, so hopefully it don't keep overheating. Like, I can't be doing the whole 4K thing and having my camera overheat. Like, that's not really beneficial. So I'd rather have, like, I don't know, figure it out later. Because you can save your edited videos as 4K. But yeah. Oh, I meant to put my blush on with that. That's what I need. Give us tips on how to stay consistent in the gym. To stay consistent in the gym, you really gotta have I guess have a goal in mind. You gotta have a goal in mind. You gotta keep up with your workouts. Take pictures to track your progress, because how else you gonna know? Well, there are other ways to track your progress, such as when your clothes start fitting differently. So my clothes started feeling okay. I started working out a year ago, like a few days ago. So around end of March, early April, and even around like the summertime, my clothes were fitting differently. Like, they were too small, but not because I gained weight, but because I gained more muscle. So I wasn't able to fit things anymore. So that kept motivating me to go. Also, like, it's very therapeutic, like going to the gym. I don't know. For me, it is, but it's very therapeutic. And I would recommend it to everybody, honestly. Wearing cute gym clothes. So when I started out, I ordered like some clothes from Shein, some workout clothes. They are good. Actually, I still wear them to this day. Good quality. And you get like a pack for like 30. Like a pack of like 4 or 5 for like $30. Versus spending $30 on a pair of leggings. So like when you starting out, I would say don't overdo it with the supplements and the workout clothes. Just start to get your momentum and see what works for you. I did start using pre-workout and it gave me the jitters. That did keep me consistent in the gym, because I don't know, I was excited to see what I can do when I got there. So I did that. Yeah, basically just me having a desired goal and me starting to feel different, look different, kept me consistent with going to the gym, because you're not gonna always be motivated. That's one thing about life. You're not gonna always be motivated to do things in life, especially things that you want to do. It's gonna take hard work and it's not easy to do. So don't feel discouraged if you don't feel motivated. That doesn't mean like, oh, you can't do it. It just simply mean like you live in life, like you're human. Like, you're not gonna always feel like doing anything. That's okay. So if you guys don't know, I attended the illustrious Xavier University of Louisiana. I did my first 2 years of undergrad there, and it's a good school, don't get me wrong, but I personally don't feel like the school was for me. And honestly, when I first started, well, before I started Xavier, I only applied to 2 schools just because I didn't feel like doing all of that. I already knew where I wanted to go, so I'm like, here we go. When you used to look up Xavier University of Louisiana, it said that they were rated to have the least happiest students. They were rated #1 to have the least happiest students. And I was like, that's weird. I wonder why people are unhappy. So it wasn't until I got there that I realized, I guess, I don't know, but I wasn't really happy. Like, thank God for COVID that I was able to come home. But I wasn't really happy. I don't know. I don't know why. But I just didn't feel happy there. Like, I made a lot of friends. We had fun. I had good grades. I think I left with like a 3.5 GPA. So it's not like I was feeling, it's not like I wasn't making friends. I just wasn't happy. It was hard. So the curriculum is very hard. It's very rigorous. I can always say that about them. Like, when you go there, you're going to be tested. Like, nothing there is easy. So if you go in there, don't think it's gonna be easy. Like, there were so many people that were changing their major first semester from pre-med. That's how hard it was. Like, they would switch out of like the more science-based classes to do a different route, pre-med. That's how hard it was, but it's definitely doable. I have friends that are still there, but they graduated in May as well. But they kind of felt the same as I did about like the school, but I chose to leave. I wasn't gonna stay there, and I'm totally fine with that. But I did. They're definitely a good school, so if you want to go there, I would say go. Everybody's experience is different, but I do appreciate my experience there because I made a lot of lifelong friends and had good experiences with them. So I'm grateful for it. We already talked about my career goals, and then the last thing that I want to talk about pertaining to college and school is how did I maintain a relationship in college? And that's a good question because, like I said, I was at Xavier for my first 2 years. Well, I completed my first 2 years at Xavier, but the second year was online due to COVID. So the first year I was long distance up until March. So me and my boyfriend had started dating my senior year of high school. So us going from being together every day to like being long distance was obviously a challenge. Long distance is not easy for anybody, and you're definitely gonna be tested, but it was hard because I was always studying, in class, taking tests. He was at work, at home, so we talked as much as we could, but it was definitely hard. It definitely caused us to argue, just because when you have that distance from somebody, it causes a lot of unnecessary arguments. So I would say don't base, like, it's hard, but I wouldn't base like someone's love for you simply because like y'all argue because y'all long distance, or like because stuff is just like not going right because y'all long distance, because that's simply because of the distance. But people that wanted to work would make it work, and we made it work. I came home, I transferred because, like I said, I wasn't too happy being down there because Xavier was 9 hours away from my home, so it was definitely difficult being away from home. But I wasn't homesick. I don't know what I was, but it was something. But yeah, maintain a relationship through college. It can be easy, it can be hard, especially when you dating somebody that you were talking to during high school, because like it's like now we growing up, we find ourselves individually, but also we're learning ourselves together. It's a whole process. But if that's the person that you feel like you want to be with for the rest of your life, then it's worth it. That's what I can say. But yeah. What else can we talk about, y'all? What is my biggest inspiration? Honestly, I think my biggest inspiration in life is that anything is possible. Anything you want in life, you can have. And if you don't put the work in, don't be surprised if you don't get your desired results. And I apply that to any and everything in life. Going to the gym, going to school, relationships, anything. If you don't put the work in, you're not going to get your desired results. It's so simple. So yeah, my inspiration in life is getting to a place of financial freedom, building generational wealth, just knowing that it's possible. I just have to put the work in. So that's what keeps me motivated. That's what keeps me inspired. That's what keeps me going. Because it's possible. Like we all see that there's people out here doing it. Like to feel like anything is impossible would be crazy. It would be crazy. And then it's like being a black person, being a black woman in America, people already expect you to fail. People already expect you not to know nothing. People already expect less of you. So it's like, unfortunately, we already have to prove ourselves to any and everybody standing in our path, standing in our way. Like, that's very unfortunate, but I don't mind proving people wrong. I actually love proving people wrong. Because what do they know? Nothing. You know, just as much as me. Like, they had to learn just like I had to learn. So, who are they to be judging? Me. Nobody. Nobody. So that's my inspiration in life. It's just knowing that all things are possible. I believe that. I also believe that God already has our life planned out for us. And with that being said, like the thoughts and the ideas that come up in your head with doing crazy things like starting a business or taking a big leap of faith, however that looks for you, I feel like God puts those thoughts in our head and he don't put them there for no reason. He puts them there because we have to follow his lead, follow the path that he's already set for us. So I feel like the way that I think when it comes to my goals and aspirations in life, they were put there by God. So I can do all things through Christ. And I believe that strongly and wholeheartedly. But I'm so excited to graduate, y'all. Like, even though I'm gotta go back to school, like, I'm one step closer to my desired goals, desired lifestyle, desired, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm almost there. I'm one step closer. And I never could have even imagined graduating from college. You know how you never imagined a certain thing? Like, growing up, we imagined starting a family, your wedding, having kids. You think about all that stuff, but like graduating high school, graduating college. I never thought about graduating college. I mean, I never thought about graduating high school. Like, I knew I was, but like it never showed up in my mind vividly. Like, oh, I'm gonna graduate high school, and then I'm gonna go to college, and then 4 years gonna go by, and then I'm gonna graduate college, and then my thoughts about after college weren't thought of either. Like, I mean, obviously I felt like I was gonna go to medical school, but like how that was gonna be and transpire, like I said, like my desired the lifestyle that I desire for myself, it doesn't fit with being a doctor. So okay, now you're not going to medical school, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. Like, I just never could imagine. But the day is almost here. We have 1 month left, almost, until it's time to walk the stage again. I'm putting my degree in the frame right behind me. I'm gonna be so corny. It's going up there. It's going up there. I hate putting no lashes, y'all. I'd rather have my lash extensions, but I'm giving them a break right now. But come May, oh yeah, baby, we back. Let me tell you. We back. I hate putting no lashes, y'all. I can't make this up. I hate it so bad. It's so messy. Sometimes it don't go right. I hope this video come out right, y'all, because like I said, this is my third time recording this video. My third time. Did y'all watch The Outer Banks? I just finished watching it. I'm so behind on certain shows though, like Chicago Fire, Chicago PD. Ever since they put them shows on Peacock instead of Hulu, I ain't been watching them. They're so inconvenient, y'all, to even do something like that. I got a trip coming up, y'all, and I get anxiety like having to find outfits and stuff like that. Cause you gotta have accessories, you gotta have the outfit, you gotta have the shoes. Like it's a whole thing. You gotta have your hair done. You gotta have hats. All type of stuff. Last time I put the concealer on my lips, but let's see, what is this? It's an eye color stick. Oh yeah, we're not putting it on our lips. Let's try this. Okay, now we got this. I probably overdid it on the spray, but who cares? I do want to try out some other setting sprays, but as of right now, this is what I'll be using. That is the end of our Q&A / makeup get ready with me. I'm not going anywhere. I'm about to study, but I want to get this video out for y'all because I want y'all to be able to get to know a little more about me, and yeah, so y'all can feel a little more in tune. You can relate with me a little bit more. I do love to travel. I actually have a trip coming up pretty soon, so stay tuned for that. I'm gonna do a maintenance vlog, pack with me, and the trip in general. Probably get a new camera with it. I'm not too sure, but